We've spent months diving and training with the Ocean Reef Neptune 3 full face mask. And a lot of what you're gonna see here today comes from our time at Athens Scuba Park and Ocean Reef Platinum Dealer. From sizing to comms, equalization, training, and accessories, this is the complete guide. If you're considering the Neptune 3, everything you need to know is right here. Let's kick things off with Alex from Athens Scuba Park sizing me up for my Neptune 3. So these guys are a platinum dealer for Ocean Reef.
We are indeed.
I brought my mask here. A lot of you guys have been asking what size mask. It turns out I didn't even know, so I think I had the wrong size. I had a small medium. So we're gonna go through all the sizing. Alex is actually gonna replace a skirt on my mask to a large. And by the end, you'll understand how to fit your Ocean Reef Neptune 3. Alex, I get asked all the time, what size mask do you get? And apparently I was doing it wrong. So why don't you walk me through, like I'm a new customer, how do you size a mask? And can you do this from home, right? If somebody's ordering, I know we want to support our local dive shops, but if somebody doesn't have a dealer close to them, can you do it from home?
So we do get asked that a lot. So there are, what we do as dealers is we actually have a tool here to actually measure your face. You can just use a ruler or, a tape measure at home to actually do the measurements yourself.
Okay.
What we're going to do is we're going to measure from your temple to temple right here. So what that's going to do is it's going to get our width. Okay. We're also going to measure between our eyes and to the bottom of our chin.
Okay.
And then what we have here is going to be basically a grid right here. Let you know where you should be.
Some of us have seen this grid online and aren't intelligent enough to understand it.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's it can be a little tricky. Really doing it over time, you kind of can almost look at somebody. Since I've been doing it for so long, I can honestly look at you almost and just tell you what you need. Of course, not everyone has that experience, and we'll be able to measure. But really, we're doing the two measurements here, two measurements here.
What if you ordered the wrong size mask?
So that is something. You could. The face seal does come, with the mask when you order it. If it's something you did order, you can either ship it back to Ocean Reef and they can send you the right size. There's a lot of ways you can tell just by tightening it on your face whether it's going to fit or not. And we'll go over that here in a minute as well.
Okay. So you don't have to get a brand new mask. It's just the seal.
Exactly.
Just the seal.
So the seal itself, they are sold. You can buy an extra seal if you want. A lot of kids will outgrow their small, medium sizes, and they'll just buy, I think they're right around like $80 for a new seal.
And is this do you have to be licensed to change the seal on?
You don't have to be licensed to change the seal. No, of course, I recommend taking it to someone who knows what they're doing, because installing it wrong could lead to flooding or it trying to flood on you, wasting air consumption, that kind of stuff. Yeah. And so it's, I always recommend going to a local dive shop, but of course, not everyone has that option. And so I'll try to do my best to explain it best I can. Just, imagine you're not with a dealer, just someone working with you, and we'll try to get the best fit we can for you.
Cool.
Okay?
Let's do it.
All right, man. So for what we're going to do first, so I'm going to do the temple to temple measurement here. Okay. If I can just put this tool on your face, we're going to measure right to there to right there. And you are at 132 millimeters. That's some width. All right. Now we're going to get your, your up and down measurement. I'm going to put this right here, right in the center of those eyes. You're right at 118 and a half. Now, if we take our measurements here, so 132 wide, 132, so you're kind of right up in here, and then we're going to do 118 and a half long, 118.
Right here.
You're kind of like you're kind of both.
So for those of y'all that don't know, I've been diving a small medium this whole time, but it was landing, the bottom of the seal is landing kind of right
going
here.
Across, yep.
And proper fit, it should go, your chin should actually be in.
Exactly.
So
yeah, it's going to have a lot better seal if your chin's actually sitting inside the seal itself.
And I was getting a little bit of discomfort too, because at pressure, at depth, it was kind of pushing in here, and I was having to tighten it down.
Yeah, well, that's just, especially once you start getting deep under pressure, that's really just it feels like you just have it way too tight. And it's going to leave a ring on your face, very uncomfortable.
It does that.
It's more likely to, try to free flow as well, because if you don't have the right size mask, it's just going to waste your air.
Yeah.
A lot of talk out there is why these masks waste air. It's because people don't get sized right. It's constantly trying to waste their air.
Yeah.
So, is what it is, but now you know.
So now we're going to take, let me grab your mask here.
Yeah, absolutely.
This blue part right here is the actual skirt that we're going to be changing out. And Alex, being a platinum dealer, he knows all about them, and he's going to do my masks.
I'm going to do my best.
If you're an adult male, odds are you'll need the large skirt, but don't guess, take your measurements and do a proper fit test. One of the biggest upgrades that you can get for the Neptune 3 is the GSM Mercury comms. We are headed back to the dive shop for some more advice from Alex, and I've also included some of our in-water comms testing from one of our pool sessions so that you can see how it sounds.
Alex, what is the GSM Mercury?
So the GSM Mercury is one of their higher end radios that Ocean Reef makes. It is a dual channel, dual speaker, very, very strong communication radio. A lot of the public safety divers use the GSM Mercury, for one being that it has amazing quality when it comes to, recording your voice, also sending the signal. It's got about an 800-foot range line of sight, so
Really?
You could be on complete opposite sides of a shipwreck almost.
Wow.
Of course, line of sight, if you have some obstacles, that will be a little bit more limited. But line of sight, 800 feet, you can talk, immediate back and forth.
And the end user can install this himself as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the most simple thing probably out of all the accessories that they have.
So as somebody who uses the comms a lot, you actually told me that flipping the mic around and facing it towards
Away from your face.
away from your face.
From my experience, has been a little bit easier to hear people.
Cool.
Now everyone's different. Some will, argue with you that you want it right up almost on your lip.
I don't like stuff touching my lip.
Oh yeah, I'm the
So,
same way.
yeah.
I like everything being, nothing touching my face.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why a lot of people get this mask, because they don't like stuff on their face or water on their face or anything like that.
Yeah.
So having that point away from your face and just having it sit just like, a couple inches away from your mouth, because it's going to pick up that audio. These are Blue Mic technology. It's great quality. And so we're going to try that. And
Cool.
We can even do a comparison later if needed.
Cool. How do you talk in these? Can I just talk like I'm on speakerphone, or how does that work?
So yes and no. So the way these are designed, they're water activated. So as soon as these two screws here get wet, the radio will turn on. Because we don't have our battery cap in, I can't actually demonstrate it, turning on right now at this very moment. They have what they call DAT mode. That's direct automatic transmission. And what that is, it's a 30-second window with you and your buddy to talk back and forth hands-free. So that is one option with the Mercury radio.
No, 30-second window. What do you mean by that?
So basically what it does is if you go into your programming mode on this thing, put it into DAT mode, what that does is it's for people who are, working with their hands, doing, commercial diving, body recovery, anything like that. It basically opens up the airways so you can talk hands-free for 30 seconds.
Without having to
push to talk your radio. And then after that, it switches to the other diver, who's around you. And it's kind of 30-20, 30-20, or it might be 30-30, whatever the time frame is there. But it's back and forth. And that's for hands-free when you're actually needing your hands where you don't have time to constantly do the radio.
But for recreational use,
you're going
to do push to talk.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, so push to talk works just like a walkie-talkie. The way this works is by pressing this big blue button here on the end. What this does is you'll hear a beep right off the bat, okay? In my personal experience, I would always recommend waiting about half a second before you actually start speaking.
After the beep.
After the beep, okay? And so what that does is you'll hear this beep on your end. Your dive buddy will also hear a beep on their mask. And what that does is letting you know that, hey, someone's about to talk to you. So stop breathing like crazy. Stop trying to talk back. Just
It's the old
just
Nextel chirp.
exactly.
Remember that?
Yeah. Exactly. Same scenario.
Yeah.
And you press that button, it's going to beep in your buddy's mask, letting them know you're about to speak. And then vice versa. If they press their button on their radio, it's going to beep in your mask, letting you know, hey, they're about to speak.
If they're about to speak, do you want to be exhaling, inhaling? Where, to be able to hear right,
Mhm.
where do you, how do you?
So anytime you exhale out of this mask, it's going to make bubbles. It's going to be hard to hear anything.
Mm-hmm.
So that beep is almost a sign saying you need to either be inhaling or just try to, slowly exhale. You don't want to just
Don't Darth Vader.
Don't Darth Vader it,
Yeah.
because you'll have to say, what'd you say? So
Yeah.
again, it's that beep is to let you know someone's gonna talk.
Okay.
And so you want to try not to make as much noise as possible so you can hear them clearly and everything.
So on the communicating side, on the transmitting side, do you have any advice, tips, tricks for talking in these? Once you get the beep, you wait a half second. Is there a proper way to talk and not to talk?
Absolutely. So with the mask, you're in a void. So right now it sounds like this.
Mhm.
That's the voice quality you're putting to that mic. With that being said, you need to speak very slow. You need to enunciate your words. You need to not rattle, go really fast. Like, hey, there's a turtle behind you, run. Or, hey, there's a shark behind you, run.
All my viewers right now are going, this guy doesn't need it. They know I'm a mush mouth and I talk way too fast. So
yeah, so you want to really sound out your words. Like, hey, come here, I need you. Hey, there's a turtle behind you. Hey, there's a shark behind you. Really sound out your words, talk slow.
Yeah.
Because again, if you rattle and talk, again, with there being a void on your mouth like this, you're not going to be able to hear it well.
What if your dive buddy pisses you off and you don't want to hear him talk anymore?
Well, you could always just switch to the dual channel. These are a dual channel radio.
So
you
just turn his channel on him?
There's a private channel and there's the main channel that works with all full face mask radios, even to other brands. And so you get tired of your annoying dive buddy, just flip that channel, channel 2, he'll be quiet.
If it's your wife, you're going to be shit whenever you get home. Yeah. Or bail out of it.
Exactly.
Just
I'm done with this. Switch to my normal regulator. Yeah.
I think maybe, we're going to be diving these later. I guess that I need to know, what song do you want me to sing to you while we're diving? Whether it's training, treasure hunting, or just staying connected, underwater communications turn every dive into a team experience. Equalizing is the first skill that you'll need with a full face mask, and Ocean Reef absolutely nailed it with this system. It's easy and it's fully adjustable to fit anyone's face. Alex, everybody asks me how you equalize in a full face mask because you can't pinch your nose.
It's true.
Right? So you want to walk us through how you go about equalizing in a full face mask?
Yeah, absolutely. So on the inside of the mask here, you'll see these 2 little silicone pieces right here. What those are called is eccentric blocks. And those eccentric blocks are basically taking the place of you pinching your nose. The placement of these, they usually sit right below your nose a little bit. And by pushing up and in on the mask, what it's causing is those eccentric blocks to line up with the bottom of your nose, and you're exhaling out your nose to actually get that equalization. So it's the same thing, like you're blocking your nose like this. All you're doing is you're plugging them, and then you're just blowing out your nose easily like you would normally. Can I pull your plugs out here to show the camera?
Go ahead. So right now I have the short ones in there. That comes with 3 different size blocks. These aren't the blocks.
Yeah, these are the
blocks.
That's the pin set it comes with, actually.
Pin set. So I had the shortest ones in there. When he changed it over to the large skirt, now my face sits further in the mask. So you don't want them touching you until you push the mask.
So it's personal preference. With my experience, I like them sitting just below my nose, almost on my mustache here. And I like it lightly just sitting against it.
To where you know it's there.
So exactly. So it's just easily, you can just push up and in. Some people like it right in front of your nose like this, so all they do is just push in. Downside to that is it kind of gives you a little resistance when you're breathing through your nose.
Okay.
People love these masks because you can breathe through your nose. Not a lot of masks will let you do that. And so, you feel more comfortable breathing through your nose.
Yep.
And naturally, we're nose breathers. And so...
Or we're supposed to be.
Exactly. And so it feels a lot more natural breathing through your nose. So I like it lower out of the way. This thing is designed, it slides around on your face. So it's a pressurized mask, but it will actually slide around. And so with that being said, you can have them lower right here and then push up and in. You're blocking your nose like that, and then you exhale. Yeah. So it's personal preference. Using it over time, you kind of figure out what works best for you. But with my experience, I like it a little lower.
Yeah. So I've noticed I keep mine right whenever I purse my lip, it's right there, but it's not usually touching. But I'm going to take the advice from the guy who... You said you dive full face 100%.
Yeah, full time. Any recreational dive, I'm in a full face. For training and everything, I'm in my standard mask and regulator rig. But if I'm out there having fun, I'm in a full face. Yep. And it's going to be an Ocean Reef full face.
And it is fun.
It's very fun. It is fun. Yeah, absolutely.
One thing that I've noticed with the Neptune 3, for some reason, and I can't fully explain it, you don't have to equalize as often as you do in a traditional mask and reg. A mask like this deserves real training. We're taking you into the pool for this one to show you how we drill bailouts, disconnect failures, and air shares. The first and most important thing is the bailout procedure. It's more involved than a traditional mask for sure, but I can honestly say that it's not a big deal at all. But you're definitely gonna wanna train and get that muscle memory going. You'll wanna add defog before each dive to your backup mask and train on locating that thing because it's probably gonna be in a pocket or clipped to your BCD. One of the best features of the Neptune 3 is the quick release system. Get used to using it and locating it as well. Now the recovery. If I ever have to bail out to a traditional mask and reg, I'm gonna call the dive, so I won't actually need to do a recovery back to a full face mask. But I recommend practicing it anyway, and we do. Focus on resetting your straps after you take it off so that it's easier to get back on. Once you have it back on, you'll notice that you don't even have to hit the purge button. Because of the positive pressure and you exhaling, the mask will force the water out. It's really cool, guys. Next, train for the worst case. What happens if your quick disconnect becomes unplugged while you're in the middle of a dive? You need to know exactly where the male end is, and you should practice reconnecting it until it's like second nature. It's not something that you're gonna wanna fumble on at depth. The takeaway is simple. If you're diving a full face mask, treat it as part of your core kit. Build the muscle memory in training sessions before you ever hit open water. Finally, let's talk accessories, because the Neptune 3 isn't just a mask, it's a modular system.
All right, what we love most about what comes with it, gotta be the quick disconnects. The possibilities with these are endless. We love that you can just pop them on, pop them off, super easy. And then there is what Ocean Reef calls the QRS, which is this pull tab here. If you can see when I pull this, it flares out these connections right here. So let me show you guys how this works real quick. Instead of having to unstrap your mask, you can just grab that thing and yank it right off. Let me show you. Just that simple. We absolutely love that. I don't even know what you would do if you had to pull these every time, especially if you're donning and doffing it a lot. All right, now we're gonna get into our must-haves. I'm gonna start off with the surface air valve right here. This thing allows you to open or close it and breathe on the surface instead of breathing through your tank. Honestly, I don't even know how this mask would be possible without it, but super easy, twist to open, twist to close. And just quick tip, when you do that, you don't want to jam those things down. Just shut them. If you get in the water and you see some bubbles, just snug it a little bit more. I think this is both mine and Gunner's favorite. Gunner's might be his optical support, his prescription lenses, but by far this is my favorite. The GSM Mercury comms units. This allows Gunner and I to communicate underwater. We did a whole video on that. You can check that up here. I'll put a link. These things are absolutely fantastic, and something really cool about them, if you can see right there, they fold inside of the mask so that it easily fits back in the backpack. Yeah, one of our favorite features, definitely mine by far.
Ocean Reef designed the Neptune 3 to grow with you. From surface air valves to comms and quick disconnects, the accessories expand what it can do and allow you to change it as your dive needs change. We've tested the Neptune 3 in open water, in training, and with every accessory that we can get our hands on. If you're considering a full face mask, this is everything that you need to know. For the deep dives on each topic, the full playlist is linked in the description below. Hit subscribe and drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about it. If you want my suggestion for what to watch next, click this video right here. And if you're new here, we had real treasure underwater. We call it the hunt. If you find one of our coins, you win high-end dive gear from brands that we trust. You can find those clues right here on the channel. The hunt is on.